Alright, welcome back to my next video. I am going to go back and touch on a video I had previously recorded. I wasn't happy with the way it turned out. I feel like I could have done it a little bit more educational, so that's what we're going to do today. So we're going to talk about the 12 immutable laws of spirituality and how we can use them. Now, in my last video, I pointed out that if we're doing everything in love, then we don't need to worry about these laws in guilt. Alright, so all of my information has come from the lawoftraction.com. They're done by Greater Minds. They're amazing in their info. I would check them out. I'm going to link them in the description and take you there. They get all sorts of information that could help you on your path. All right, so moving into the laws here, we're going to start with law number one, and law number one is the law of oneness. Now, definitely this just means that everything is connected as one. That means plants, animals, humans, everything is connected through grid lines and through cording, and you just have to remember that anything you do will affect others every way. So, keep that in mind. That's law number one. We're going to zip through these. This is a free crash course. So once you've gone through this and you kind of understand the laws, you will understand what I mean. If we're living in love, we're good. So the next law is the law of vibrations. So everything is consistently moving and carries energy. High energy will attract high energy and low energy will attract low energy. So you got to learn to heighten your frequency when it comes to this law. So living in the most unconditional love is going to be the best thing for laws 1 and 2. And every law kind of coincides with the law before it. So then we have the law of correspondence, which is law number 3. And it is always aligned with oneness. So we're always looking back to law 1 in this one. And it's that patterns repeat. As you know, patterns definitely repeat. So from the universe.weebly.com, they wanted to accentuate the fact of as above, so below, and so below as above. So that really relates to this law in itself. It's done by the Hermanics, that saying, so this has been around for a really long time. Okay. So then we have the law of attraction. That's what people generally relate the laws of spirituality to. It's its own law in the immutable laws. It is like attracts like, and in order to get what you desire, you must vibrate at that frequency. So, optimism, positivity, proactiveness, being loving, that's all going to attract the same thing. Now, to be a pessimism, live in fear and lethargy, you're going to get nothing but negativity. So, always remember, in there again, live in love. So we'll go on to the 5th law, and it's going to be the law of inspired action. So right here, what they're put this law in for is really important. This is probably one of the most important if you're just thinking about everything in its whole. So this should be learned at your early stages. If you don't know this law, this is why I'm doing this video, because I think it is important instead of just saying live in love to understand. So we must actively be pursuing every goal we have in our mind. The angels send you things. They want you to succeed in life, but we have to actively pursue it. So visualizing is not enough, as you're just exploiting the law of attraction. Therefore, you're breaking a law. Actually, you're breaking 2 laws, and they will be frowned upon very much by them. So, small steps are big steps in this law. Any small step you take is a giant leap towards your success. Okay, so we're going to go on to law number 6, and it's the law of perpetual transmutation of energy. So, this is that says that everything is in consistent flux. This creates positive change. So when you're in a negative mind frame, it just says you need to transmute your energy into positive energy. So this could be like calling up your best friend and getting them to make you laugh, or watching your favorite movie, or listening to your favorite music. You're bringing your low frequency into a higher frequency. That's all that law states. So law number 7, cause and effect. The most straightforward law of them all. All actions have corresponding effects. Both in physical and spiritual, they could be positive and negative, but either way, they have corresponding effects, not only to you, but to the populace and beyond. So, that's all there is to it. Straightforward. Just remember, everything you do will affect something. So then there's law number 8, which is the law of compensation. So you will receive what you put out, and this comes in many forms. Pretty straightforward too. You reap what you sow is the biggest line in this, and that's something you should always remember anyways when you're trying to live in unconditional love and success. They both go together. Okay, so number 9, the law of relativity. So this law is about the neutrality of things seen in isolation. So I did make jot notes on this one because I wanted to get it correct for all of you. No person experiencing emotion or action is elevated until you've compared the other side. Because like it says in the other law of cause and of... Oh, give me a second. Jumping around here. The law of correspondence. Sorry, like I said, I don't really remember because I just live in love. I don't really need to remember these laws when you just remember to live in love. So there are always two sides to everything, whether they're good or they're bad, or they're bad or they're good. And you just have to remember that when it comes to the law of relativity. It is really important. Scientists use it. This is not something that's designed for spirituality. This is designed for everybody in its entirety. So, law number 10, the law of polarity. Okay, everything has an opposite, and that allows us to understand our lives. North and South Pole create a balance in the earth so she can sit where she sits. So if you're going through something difficult, this means that at some point it will change to a positive effect. So remember, just because it's negative now doesn't mean it's going to be negative tomorrow. It could be the most positive experience you've ever had. Just to remember, live in love. So that's law number 10. Law number 11, the law of rhythm, or also known as the law of perpetual motion. This is focused on movement. Things will cycle. Best example of this are seasons and the aging process. Everything has a cycle. So that's what this is. The law of rhythm is everything is always consistently moving. Okay, not really much to say about that. There's negative cycles, there's positive cycles. It just depends on what cycle you're going through now. So there's the law of gender. This is your masculine, your feminine, your yin, your yang, and you must balance these in love. Because if you're not balancing your feminine and your masculine energies, you've got a problem. Okay, so that's the laws. Not really much to be said in other terms of if you're going to live your life in love and you're going to be peaceful and harmonious to all the people around you, then why would you need to worry about all these laws all the time and create fear within yourself? Fear is ego. Touched on it in another video, gonna touch on it again in a lower video. So just remember these laws and how important they are to you, but don't sit in them. You see, I gotta go back and remember. That's because I just live in love. I've done things against these laws. I've reaped and sowed what I've put out there. I know it was my fault, and thus there's nothing I can do. So there are a few lost laws that I want to talk about, like the law of supply, the law of receiving, law of increasing, the law of forgiveness, the law of obedience, and the law of success. And these are just a few of the lost laws, or laws they no longer use because they slot into other places. So like I said, that's from the universe.weebly.com. I'll link in the description. Give me some time. I'm not trying to plagiarize. I'm trying to figure out the system. So there's a lot of laws that we can live in. But like I said in my video before, are you guilty or are you love? So if you're living in these, there's got to be something in your inside that makes you feel guilty that you need to remember these laws. Now, you've got your crash course in spiritual law. You can pay for it with someone else, but that's all they're going to teach you. It's not going to be anything else, and it's going to be that quick. So that's it. That's the immutable laws. Live in unconditional love. Use source to bring in the love, and always remember that there is laws that they go by for egotistical people, not people who are doing their work right or living in love. That's it. I love you guys so much. I've got so many videos coming up soon here. This is a 10-minute video. This is going to take a while to upload, but I've got twin flames, auras, cleansing. I've got it all set out and ready to go. I'm going to film them tonight. So over the next week, you're going to see about I swear 20 videos get posted over the week. All right, tune in, like, share, subscribe, get me out there, get your name out there, free crash courses. You can find what you like. You can find what you don't. Love you guys so much. Until the next one.